What I'm holding right here has got to be one of the most famous onions in the world, the Vidalia onion. And right now, they're in season. So what makes an onion a Vidalia onion? Not only are we going to find out, but I'm going to show you some marvelous dishes you can prepare using this very special onion. And joining us today from the Vidalia Onion Committee is Wendy Brannon, and our chef today is Chef Jay Wolfson. Both of you, welcome to Kitchen Spaces.
Thank you, Debbie. Good to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Sounds good. Okay, Wendy, I'm going to start with you. What is a Vidalia Onion Committee?
Well, we're sort of a co-op of growers. We have federal protection that defines what a Vidalia onion is and where it can be grown.
Okay. Now, what makes a Vidalia onion so different than all the other onions out there?
Simple. We're the pioneer of sweet onions. So before Vidalias, there were no sweet onions.
What makes them sweet?
Georgia's climate, Georgia's very low sulfur sandy soil, and our growers actually work very hard to make sure in their farming practices that they turn out very sweet and have that unique Vidalia taste. And also what we love about them is they're very versatile, so you can use them raw atop hamburgers or hot dogs or sandwiches, or you can actually cook with them as well.
Okay, like we are doing here today. Now, I'm very familiar with their unique qualities, and today we have prepared a couple of dishes using the sweet rounded flavor of the Vidalia onion. Now, first we're going to look at braised Vidalia onions with apricot balsamic glaze. And then we have an onion dip. We also have apple Vidalia pork chops, all prepared by our chef today, who is working very diligently over here. It smells so good.
Well, thank
no
you.
tears
No
because
tears.
the Vidalias are so sweet.
We're not crying. So what are you making over here?
Well, I'm just searing some boneless pork chops, and I'm preparing caramelized Vidalia onions and Granny Smith apples, which is what we have right here.
Okay, now let's start over here. Now, what is this meal?
We have a slow roasted Vidalia onion. Basically, all we did was season with salt, pepper, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. We placed them in the oven, about 400 degrees for about 35 minutes until golden brown around the edges. We drizzled a little bit of balsamic vinegar and apricot preserves over the top, and there's so many ways that you could use this side dish.
A side dish. I'm thinking even an appetizer.
Absolutely.
Appetizer. You can even use them as a whole meal if you stuff
Really?
the Vidalias with sausage or different ingredients. And we forget that, you know, onions are not just a side dish or something you throw in. They're a healthy vegetable serving. So low calorie, no fat, no cholesterol, great source of vitamin C, high in fiber.
So good for us, but also good tasting.
Absolutely.
All right. And now let's move on to the dip. Tell us about that one.
Sure, this is a really quick and easy recipe to do for the family. Basically, all we did was take sweet Vidalia onions, Swiss cheese, and mayonnaise, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a dash of cayenne pepper. Okay. Throw it in the oven, in an oven-safe dish, for about 35 minutes at 350 degrees until golden brown. And we served it with crisp corn chips.
This looks great if you're having a party, how easy that is, right?
Absolutely. I actually brought that recipe from Vidalia. It's called Vidalia's favorite dip because if you take it to a party once, you have to take it forevermore.
It's requested.
It's addictive.
Now, I know you said you were preparing our last dish over here. One more time, what is this?
Sure, we have caramelized onions and Granny Smith apples topped with nicely seared boneless pork chops. Very simple recipe and delicious with Vidalia onions.
You know, I would never think to put apples and onions together.
Well, the sugar in the apples and the onions go really well together.
And I can't tell you how this smells. Actually, look at our crew. They're all salivating, actually. Our floor director, come over here. You want a bite, don't you? He's like, I don't want to wait.
And now's a good time to actually explain we are a seasonal product, so people need to store them. Vidalias have a really high water content, which is why our growers actually hand plant them, hand harvest them to make sure that they get to the consumer in a quality state.
And what do you think?
Oh, they're amazing.
Are they? All that you wanted and more, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very sweet?
Yeah, very sweet.
Very
Absolutely
good.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
That is so good. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Wonderful recipes. Wendy, great information. Thank you so much. For more information about the recipes you've seen here today, please go to our website. I'm Debbie Marie for Kitchen Spaces. Okay, this sounds really good. How about it's our turn to